This time we are going to start a new circuit called potentiometer, because this is the main thing that we are going to use. The potentiometer is here. We can take it now from the basic components and we can look for Arduino. And also we need a breadboard, something that we are going to use very often. We normally use the small one. Here we are. So you can put it on top. For example, you always do it the same way. You can put the potentiometer where you want. For example, here. Look at the potentiometer. Potentiometer has a default value of 250 kilo ohms. We are going to use the one that we have got in the workshop, which is 10 kilo ohms. And now we need to wire everything. Something that we always do is to take a wire from 5 volt here to the positive power rail. For positive, normally use red color, and from ground to negative, and you normally use the black color for this wire. Now that we have power here and here, now all the time we take the negative from here, the positive from here. So for wiring a potentiometer, we have 3 terminals that we have to connect. One could be to the ground, for example, from here to here, and we keep the color black. And the red one is going to be for the positive, so we have to go to a little bit down. And then the special one is the one in the middle, the one that we are going to measure. We can use any analog input, for example number 3. So click here and click here. We can keep this green color, for example. Now we got all the hardware that we need. So let's go to code. What we want to do is just to read this analog input to know where is the position here in the potentiometer. So we go to code. This is the one that we got by default. So we put it in the rubbish bin. And then we add some code. Here we got inputs. This is analog input. Where is analog input? Here, okay? But we are reading number 3, so we have to choose 3. We want to send this information to the serial monitor. If this were real, we will send the information from this board to the computer to read it. So it's an output. Print to the serial monitor. We don't want to print hello world, but we want to print this information. If we start the simulation, now we can see the information that we are sending to this analog input in the serial monitor. We got a lot of 0, and if we turn the potentiometer, we can change the value that we get here. The maximum is 123, minimum 0. Depending on the voltage that you got here and the resistance that you got in the middle. And current go this way through the resistor and then through here, and we measure it here. That's why we get different number. When we get 123, that means that here we got in the middle 5 volts, because we are just connected in the same place as here. There's no resistance between these 2 terminals. However, we got 0 when there's no resistance between these 2 terminals. We are getting 0 volts. This one in the middle is like being in ground. They are together. To understand that better, we can add a multimeter. So we go to the component multimeter. But you can scroll down. Here we are. We can put it somewhere here. We can connect the black one to ground and the red one to where we want to measure. We want to measure what we are getting in the middle. Now if we start the simulation and we watch the serial monitor, we can understand better how potentiometer works. here we are 0 volts, a 0 here. Then we are adding some resistance in between, so between this place, and less resistance between this and this terminal. So we are getting higher number here and higher number here, and when you got 5 volts, you got the maximum voltage, maximum number. Well, that's it. I hope you understand it. Thanks for your attention.